believe this is the scene. That's the scene. Excellent. Hello, everybody, as I trip over my words, and welcome to the live stream. We're going to be jumping into Black Myth Wukong. I've been playing this last night, and I am just so excited to get back into it. In fact, I have knocked out a few bosses so far, and ultimately I'm going to be having just a good hangout time. We got Varen hanging out in the Discord, so I'll be opening them up voice chat here in just a little bit, and we're going to just keep playing and see what it's going about. As story elements pop in, I will Discord mute. That way I can kind of hear what is going on in this case, and hopefully everything is going smoothly with the live stream itself. You guys can let me know if there's any volume issues or if there's any performance issues, etc., etc. Let me go ahead and move the window just a little bit. And Varen also over on the Twitch. Thanks guys so much for being here. I'm very excited. Hey Varen, how's it going, dude?
Man, not too bad. Thought I'd was gonna sit down, watch something for my lunch here, and then saw something sitting in. Who's that? Brian.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, and then so I got Black Myth Wukong with my new computer, and yeah, and so I was like, yeah, let's go, baby. And so I was like, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh man, this game looks great. And then yeah, it turns out pretty freaking cool. I have to say. I don't know how the stream's looking over on YouTube, but it's YouTube's giving me some kind of problem, some error. Hopefully it's not bad.
Currently doing big buffering.
Big buffering. Okay, one second. Let's change up something then and see if this helps, because I'll switch to GeForce now, and then that way we'll see if that's a problem on just my computer trying to run this game and run the stream. Let's see here, GeForce now.
But I know my coworker was pretty excited for this game because he went and did the preload for it, and that's about it. I know that this is apparently a Souls-like.
Yes.
It's Journey to the West, Sun Wukong. That's about it.
Pretty much have it. The I would say so far from my experience is that I have, like, when you die, I don't feel as punished for death, because it feels like, okay, cool, my progress, let's go. Let's see your mark. I said I marked as owned. Not now. Yes, continue.
Now, Brian.
There we go. What's up?
I'm going to say something that made my day yesterday. And I went and tried the demo for it. I want this game now, not in 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 16, September 17th.
Dude, the 17th. And it's also launching on GeForce Now. Like, oh gosh, I think I was talking with some people on Twitter, and they were like, can we get Final Fantasy 14 on GeForce Now? Like, is this a sign? I think this is definitely a good sign, because Square Enix has slowly been supporting it and having Final Fantasy 16 drop on GeForce Now day and date with the PC version. And you can actually, I think, do it now as well, because they have the demo. I was like, let's freaking go, baby.
Also, your stream has now, like, completely cleaned up.
Good. So yeah, I think essentially I probably had some of the local settings running a little bit too hot, and that's sometimes to be expected. All right, accept.
But yeah, no, I played the demo for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the combat.
Dude.
It's Devil May Cry, but Final Fantasy is so good.
The only frustration I have is having the good, like, have you ever played Final Fantasy 7 Remake?
I played the first one.
Okay, I'm so happy I played 7 Remake after I played 16, because it felt like a constant step up, as opposed to where in 16 I never, like, unless they do something different with the PC version, you have to unlock higher difficulties, you have to beat the game. And so in my initial playthrough, you got to think story, because outside of that, I was like, oh, this was pretty easy. I never felt like in 16 I had to make a choice, and in 7 Remake, like right out the gate, it was like, pick this, pick that, pick the other thing.
Well, for me, one of the big things I noticed when I was playing the demo was that the combat absolutely feels like it's a Devil May Cry game.
Feels like ass.
Shut your
I'm just kidding. I haven't played it yet. I'm not gonna play it.
You're not gonna play 16 on PC?
Oh, 16? I thought you were talking about Wukong. No.
16, Final Fantasy 16, because
Okay,
it's
16.
coming out on PC September 17th.
Yeah, no, I'm not
This year.
interested in 16. I mean, I'm just not a Final Fantasy guy.
That's okay.
That's fair. But
All right, let's see here. Let's try that
for
again.
me, I have been waiting a year and a half now for 16.
That's
and
such a long
now
time.
it's finally out.
That is
coming
such a
out.
long time. That is
And
such a
I
long
ruined
time.
myself by playing the bloody demo.
Oh, really? You
Because I
think
want
that
the damn thing now.
your progress? Oh, yeah, true. Like your progress does carry forward. So.
Oh yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
And while it said, "Oh, there's the iconic challenge to experience, higher end gameplay," I don't want that. I want to experience everything and unlock things as I go along playing the game.
Mhm.
I don't want to jump in. I don't want to jump into a level 100 character
Mm-hmm.
and try to learn the character that way. I want to play from level 1 and work my way up. You know?
Mm-hmm. Now,
Mhm.
Guile TV on in chat says I played all of Final Fantasy 16 on PS5. The gameplay was really good. My only complaint was the story was incredibly predictable. I don't know. Like I honestly felt like they had some really good story beats, but I felt like it had the DNA and the bones of Final Fantasy 14. So,
Oh, yeah.
like in terms of predictability, like that's going to be a challenge for any, especially linear driven story. It's like, okay, well, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. They did have some
So,
moments though, like that
From my
were
perspective,
amazing. Yeah.
Not that it was predictable, but it was very generic.
Okay. I'm going to say this.
Because it
I have
felt
not seen anything for 16.
Okay, man,
Aside from
dude,
playing the demo,
way to go.
I have done my absolute damnedest to stay away from anything.
Okay,
From
I'll look it up.
YouTube, from social media, to even you, Brian. Even you. I have stayed away when you were doing 16 because I wanted nothing
Yes.
to do with Final Fantasy
That-
16 while
and that's
it was out.
and that's the
until I had
real
it.
and that's the real frustration with 16 is that they chose to do this and bring the game out a year and a half so that like the analogy I gave it was like, imagine if they're like, hey, we're gonna release Endgame, for Avengers Endgame, but we're only gonna release it in the following 10 states. Like, huh? Okay. So if I want to go see that, I have to go above and beyond to get out and see it. And then it's like, but don't worry, we're gonna bring it to all the rest of the states here in a year and a half. And you're like,
Well,
oh man.
They technically do that, but with movies. I mean, with countries.
Yeah, you can see how it staggers with the different
Well,
countries.
A good example is the Dragon Ball. With Dragon Ball, a lot of the time Japan gets the Dragon Ball movies first
Mhm.
before
Yeah.
it gets a Western release.
Right. I mean, that makes sense because they have to also translate and like dub it
Yeah.
generally, so that makes sense. But
And chat, hey,
Same
what's up,
time.
Ferris? How you doing, dude? And if you guys have the ability to let me know how the volume sounds, again, I'm still
like-
making adjustments.
to me, that's the one gripe people have with Pearl Abyss, the guys who make Black Desert,
Desert.
is because their updates go to Korea first, and then the updates to global could take months to get out.
Wasn't there one update that took a year?
Yeah, there was one update that I forget what it was, but there was one update like a few years ago, that took like a year to come out to global before it came out in Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, after it came out on Korea.
Well, we're also now talking about localization in different languages, which does, in a way, help prevent some spoilers.
The issue, though, is that they've done it where the updates come closer together.
Okay.
Their ability to get updates out simultaneously is inconsistent, and they keep blaming localization and translation, and it just doesn't.
Wait, technology is now.
It doesn't add up based on their previous updates and just how long it actually takes, like for other games and stuff. Because they're
Oh
basically
yeah,
saying
game is
like
running,
other
the stream is running much better now, Brian.
Woohoo! Thank you very much.
people
The
basically
let's see if I can get into some combat. You can let me know. I like sometimes it's like, oh man, the volume on this is pretty bad.
I don't have the volume up, but I do have your thing running.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because it's a little weird to hear myself and then Yimrin and then 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys, we got a bunch of guys together.
What's this, Unreal Engine 5?
Uh-huh.
No,
It's beautiful. Like, it's...
it looks nice, but I mean,
Yeah, I got it with my new computer, and I was like, well, hell yeah, let's go.
oh, you got it for
Oh,
free?
dude, and Guile, like, whenever it doesn't, we can talk about any video games. Like, it's not, yeah. So, like, yeah, no rest for the wicked, dude. I'm almost level 21 on my mage. I find that I really do wish that they would bring back XP to the Crucible, but we don't yet know what's to come. So, in the meantime, it feels kind of a little bit of a bummer because. Oh, cutscene. 1 second.
In the backyard is Blackwind Gwai's ally, calls itself Ling Schutzer. Considering your strength, I suggest you get away while you can, little monkey.
That was fun.
Oh wait, he's.
Sorry, yeah.
Your combat is still going smooth here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What the shit? That's 4 cops now that I've gone
This is
right
a
by.
boss fight.
I've done a couple boss fights, which is great. Oh, craft armor. Hell to the yeah. Let's go. Headgear. Let's see here. I can craft it, which is great. Then it gives me a little bit of defense. Let's do it. And an achievement
Show me what you
unlocked.
can, little monkey.
Yeah, dude. And then I can transform as well. Like, let's go.
Yeah. That's cool.
I've got 2 spells so far. Let's see here. Reignite the sparks. I do have a spark. I've been focusing completely on these things, so 1 second move light combo hits the enemy. After sprinting, light starter temporary deals more damage. After 6 successful hits. Some more martial arts rocking and rolling. So, how much gigabytes does Black Myth take? I can get you that answer right now. 1 second. Let's see here. Steam.
Yeah.
Let's
Wow,
find
your
out.
stream delay is pretty gnarly today.
Like, is it bad?
You're just doing the reignite sparks thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's them to breaks.
I'm seeing him on the talent trees now on the sparks. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's fat. It's slow.
Installed files. It says it has an installation. I've got 128.68 gigabytes.
Whew.
So it's a hefty game.
Which one? Black
Black
WUKONG?
Myth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like Final Fantasy 16 is going to be what did I say? 178.
Dude, I freaking hate how large games are these days.
That's going to be more. That's where a cloud is going to continue to kind of truly dominate because you're not going to have that limitation because like what's the next Call of Duty? Like I'm just waiting for them to be like that's 300 gigs for the next Call of Duty and be like all right, checks out.
It's between 300 and 500.
Jeez Louise. Like who that's one console
Once you
base
pass
hard
that
drive.
gate, there's no turning back.
Final Fantasy 16 is 170 gigs, which is not that bad right now.
Yeah.
Because I know I have the space, especially if I move 2 games around.
Oh boy.
I know that because Space Marine 2 is a big game coming up right now.
That's fair.
Oh, this guy's beastly.
And when Space Marine 2 is done, I'm going to be playing that for a total of 2 weeks. Because 2 weeks after Space Marine 2, Final Fantasy 16. My September is loaded.
I get you, man.
I got destroyed. Oh.
Although, granted, I don't know. Do you know how? Do you have a good guesstimate as to how long Final Fantasy 16 is, Brian? Like lengthwise?
I think it took me roughly.
Like 50, 60 hours, something like that.
No, it's not like that. It's like a 40-hour game.
Okay.
It tends to be the size and the pacing that they put it. All right, let's see here. We might have to do some grinding.
Link Shuzi.
The White Wolf. I did. I got cracked real quick.
He swiped you once.
Is that game brutal, you're saying?
What's that?
Said I think Brian's concentrating.
I am. Sorry. You have to with these games, man.
Oh no, like my one friend was trying to talk to me while I was playing the demo for 63, and I'm focused on the game, and I'm just watching the game, paying attention to the game, the cutscenes, and everything. And he's trying to talk to me, and I'm just because I'm focused on the cutscenes. So yeah, no,
Not yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, still.
yeah,
Oh. He's licking his paw. Okay, he's getting back up, running around some buildings. Oh, good lord, that was fast.
when you do that transformation.
Yes, you do. It's very helpful. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. No hubris. Got him, baby. Woo.
Don't get greedy.
Woo. Woo. Ha ha. Oh, hell yeah. Grey Wolf headgear mask. Let's freaking go, baby.
Yeah, you just got into the halfway mark on the stream.
Okay, cool.
He's almost done on my screen.
Little preview for y'all then.
Would be a deserving reward for that.
He's dead, defeated.
Let's see here.
You really just sat there and took it that last bit.
Well, I froze it like I
Froze him, yeah.
yeah.
You just spelled the freeze in
okay.
place.
Yeah, like that's the thing I find is I like to open up with that
And he
spell,
just died.
and then I like to that way it's on
Oh,
cooldown.
Yao Guai.
Nice.
Yao Guai King. Oh.
Oh,
But yeah, you just beat him on my end. 2 sparks. Congrats.
thank you. Mysticism. Crash. Each talent level moderately increases damage dealt to immobilized enemies. Let's awaken that ability, shall we? Let's see here. Hitting an immobilized enemy with a light attack slightly extends the duration of the next immobilized inflicted on them. That's nice.
Oh, that Grey Wolf man, that's a good assassination helmet.
Sweet. All right, we'll boost up some of that spells. The game is beautiful, and on my computer, and I've heard on the PlayStation 5 guys that it's running really well. A lot of people are saying like they really optimized the game. Now it's not a full open world like you would see with Elden Ring.
It's more linear.
I think I want to point out that for a Souls game, I wouldn't look to Elden Ring as the new standard.
Yeah.
I would.
No, because even Elden Ring is an outlier in Souls games.
Yeah, even the game he's like, this is the biggest project ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever doing anything this big again.
Yeah.
Lane's like, no bow build here. Yeah, I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe that's a form or something. Because I've seen some enemies with bows. My bow build is so good though. Oh man, that increased. I think that increased my overall life. Okay, great.
The mushroom?
Whatever like this was when I talked to this and opened this up, it gave me looked like a bunch of more life on my bar. So I won't complain about that.
Jade Lotus Pill.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it increases maximum health.
there we go.
It says it in the tooltip.
Well, I can't read.
If you
so.
just read, Brian.
What's reading?
What are letters?
Letters.
Massively increases your max HP. Nice.
Yeah. That's cool.
Right. Right. All right. Ooh. guys are just the basic enemies aren't.
What happens if he runs out of hair?
Oh yeah, we're done. Game over. That's the.
Just saying, like he plucks a strand of hair and it becomes incense, and it's just like, well, what happens if he runs out of hair?
I think the myth is that he regrows hair really quick.
Yeah, I would imagine.
When you're down, there'll be no.
Do you have a tail? He does have a tail. Oh,
Hey, what
does.
is
So that's fox
monkey?
enemy.
The monkey has a tail.
No, I didn't see it. It was blending in with your pants.
Ah,
So,
as does my tail in real life.
oh my.
Wow, quite a few different animal type enemies.
There's a bird right here. Woo!
Yokai is Japanese, not Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Chinese.
All right.
Their myth isn't all that cool anyways.
Who's myth?
Chinese.
It's the basis for Japanese to some extent, like some things.
Well, I mean, granted, I do think that one of the mythological enemy kind of creature types for the Chinese, the Spartoi, their version of the undead,
Okay.
are intriguing.
Yeah, and they have I know that with the Chinese they have like their own laws and rules about like
You can't show
undead.
death, and you can't show skeletons and like
Yeah.
rotting flesh, and you can't show blood.
Yeah, it's why the 14 version of the Chinese version of Final Fantasy 14 is vastly different from what the rest of the world has.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the earlier dungeons, I think they have just regular zombies instead.
Yeah.
But I
Wait,
could be
is this a
wrong.
lizard? This is a lizard. Oh. Yeah.
Get another boss going?
I don't know, maybe the lizard boss. I fought a couple birds before. Did he poison me? Oh, there's another one. I think he did poison me.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Does that heal me?
That stop spell is just... That is an amazing little ability.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Very helpful. All right. Oh, what the hell? Oh, these
Oh,
are
he should have skinned.
these are kind of skeleton-y. Like dead lizards. I guess maybe that's how they can show it. They can't show human bones, but lizard bones all day long.
Well, was this made by a Chinese company?
Yeah, game
Yeah.
science, and so they kind of started out with the goal of, you know, trying to make some really good games so far.
Whoa, that's a snake.
Oh, it's a snake. Okay.
It's a snake head.
We got our zoologist on staff, guys, so we can know what kind of things we're fighting in this game.
I mean,
I pay really poorly for
I
saying that
did,
you're on staff.
I did study a bit of veterinary medicine, but in my early years.
Oh wait, cutscene. 1 second.
Have you seen those nameless souls adrift on your path? Their wheels float aloft, never to fade. Shame, your god serves little purpose, and mine answers solely to me. I know a way to guide the souls, mend their paths, and set them free. It will aid you. This is better. This gourd, though humble, may save the lost, banish their obsessions, and guide them.
The Blessed Gourd, under the guidance of the Wise Master, has the art of the spirit absorption. The gourd possesses remarkable divine capabilities, allowing you to absorb the lingering wills of spirits left behind by formidable Yogwais who have been defeated. All right. Okay.
How
Cool.
do I? I think it's I
For one is
think
destined
it
as you.
doesn't sound good.
What doesn't sound good?
The Chinese language. I just don't like the way it sounds. However, if it were Japanese, dude, I'd leave it up all day long.
All right. Let me see if I can find. Where's my? There it is.
Yeah,
I got-
you're playing an ultra wide or wide or?
Yeah, there's it runs like even when I run it locally Linux, that it runs no matter what in this ultra wide kind of way, even if I do a windowed thing. So I had to some of the stuff is just getting cut off. However, the good thing that they did was they gave us the ability to I forgot what I was about to say. They gave us some ability. There we go. Let me retrieve my right. There we go. All lost spirits have been retrieved. Cultivate spirits.
Okay, so something interesting that I saw pop up by Laniox there said earlier that apparently IGN crapped on this game, shit on this game real hard, but now they're trying to be like, oh, it's the best game out there.
Yeah, they gave it a 5 out of 10, I think. Or yeah, I think they gave it a 5. But like, were they the one that said it wasn't inclusive enough?
This game?
Yeah, someone said no. It was a screen rant. that
Oh,
said,
well, you're talking about like the reviewers who are trying to like get some kind of traction
yeah,
on
there was
socials.
some, I don't think it was. I think IGN gave the game actually an 8.
That's
but,
good. It's a good score.
Screen rant, I think, or game rant, whatever. Something rant.
Screen rant.
Yeah, I think it's screen rant, but I thought they had a game rant.
The weird
site.
thing about it
Anyway.
is that they're basing this attack off of two things, off of a like mistranslation, which has been corrected, and they haven't corrected the record. And then the second thing of merit is that this company rejected Sweet Baby Inc. And I think essentially that's kind of where you end up seeing why attack the game.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
There was a Chinese YouTuber who came out who doesn't agree with like the wording Game Science uses, but explained like the wording and like why it wasn't as bad as they said it was.
yeah.
Like she came out and it was a woman actually. She came out and defended Game Science, but yeah, I think it was Screen Rant who gave it a 5 and said it wasn't inclusive enough.
Well, I mean, how the hell do you do inclusive with a game about a monkey guy and Chinese people in their Chinese mythos?
Well, that's my point, right?
Yeah.
That's everyone's point.
That's the whole thing.
That's like the
I
whole
get-
thing. Like people are just like, you play as a monkey man. Like, how is that? Like, is that not good enough?
Well, my one friend, he told me about this, and he's like, well, they should have made him gay. There should have been a gay friend going on the journey with you, and they should have been this thing. That's what these guys were saying. How there should have been these transgenders running around, being all
That's not accurate to the mythos. That's not accurate to mythology, which is what it's based on.
Right, well, and that's what-
You be careful. You be careful.
I'll be careful. But that's also one of the reasons why like people have been just getting frustrated is that it's not that those characters don't exist and can exist and actually can be really good written characters. It isn't about, and that's where this is where either the side that I'm on is either misrepresented or completely misunderstood, is that it's not about saying no to diversity. It's about saying no to forced diversity. Like, that they try to pull the same stuff on Final Fantasy 16. It's not diverse enough. It's like all of this is just articles for articles' sake. Redborn, it's amazing. Anyway, go ahead.
There's one gay character in 16 that I'm aware of.
Don't spoil it for him.
No.
Okay, well, but complaining about that as well.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
people
it's like,
complain. That's the lesson about the internet, right?
look
Because
at,
it didn't go
FF7
the way they
remake.
wanted it to, and it's just
Oh,
like,
did I die? Oh, I
heck
died. I
on.
wasn't paying attention.
Well, it's like look at the
Yes, Lanix is
FF7
100%
remake.
right. Yeah.
Like when the first one came out, a lot of people were really upset. Well, why has Cloud got both Tifa and Aerith all over him? Like, what is this? He should be.
Well,
with
and then you
Barrett
also had
or something
Jesse.
else.
Jesse was thirsty.
And Jesse as well.
Dude, Jesse was hella thirsty.
Jess,
Like,
I actually thought that was very.
I thought it was a bit.
cringe.
I thought it was a bit much, to be honest.
Yeah, I
It
thought
I
Jesse
thought it
was a little bit much.
Like, I preferred Tifa's method of going about it. I thought Tifa was much more tasteful.
Now,
Granted, I really love Aerith's personality in the remake.
yeah, I'm still
I do too.
playing it.
I like Tifa's too. Like, if it were personality, it would be Aerith. But if it was like body, I'd probably go Tifa. Like,
I still remember that a lot of people were
Dude,
upset that Tifa did not have her
Well then,
overestimated.
oh
chest.
please, she was beautiful. The
it was fine.
the
I mean, I understand their reasoning behind it. I disagree, but whatever. I'm also not a Final Fantasy fan, but I use that.
Lena says it right though. He says that if the game is good, no one really cares about the politics. It's like all about just gamers just want fun games. But the problem becomes is that if the game is not, any of that stuff just becomes added fuel to the fire, you know, of people's reasons. And some of it could be true, right? Like if you have people who are, you know, more interested in trying to fit a narrative than they are to make a fun game. I mean, it's the same concept that I could run into with a YouTube video. Like, what's the purpose of this YouTube video? I could try to make it do everything, but then it does nothing, you know, and people aren't going to enjoy it.
Leonox wants to know if you can't fit it to the screen on OBS.
Is it not fitted on Obi yet? Like, I'm confused.
It's not fitted. No.
Okay. Yes.
Not necessarily.
I got now what he says. Yes, Lane. Let me get that fixed so y'all can kind of see the ultra wide sense here. Give me a second while I set that up.
Kill these snake dudes.
I know that for me, one of the biggest gripes I have is like the Dragon Age games. The Dragon Age games were good. Like Origins was good. 2 got weird. It was just bad, but it was weird. And then Inquisition just got too much of a real world politics kind of got leaked into it, like bled into it. And a lot of the insider info we've gotten for Veilguard, it happened with Veilguard as well, but it's worse.
I was gonna say, what I've heard is a lot worse with Veilguard.
Yeah, it's a lot worse. It is almost basically a lot worse.
I mean, what I've heard is basically like, there's no blood magic, which is just like, that sucks, but whatever. For whatever reason, I don't remember why I don't remember their. Leonox says, never mind, just revert it. Back to
Hold on, let me fight these guys real quick, Lane. See, I'm a content creator who it's all about you guys.
totally professional. Totally professional.
10 out of 10 experience. Would recommend again to a friend.
Like, they're just shoving stuff into.
Yeah, it's like I figured Veilguard was still about a year out. No, it's coming out in October.
It's also released the war like pretty heavily. The game is supposed to be out. This is according to Val, right?
It's
who's like a Dragon Age, like he wrote Dragon Age.
Well, as far as I know,
But according to
the
him,
entirety of what Veilguard was supposed to be, from what my one friend told me, who's a huge Dragon Age fan, is that it's supposed to be the Veilguard is supposed to be a story about going after Solus and finding some more info about the Tevinter and the original Blight. That's what I heard originally.
I think that's what it originally was, and now it's not. It's something completely different. I need Valve to come in and fix it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting another weapon.
Veilguard, like,
Well, the problem, what I wonder, what we asked, what we talked about with Grums on Friday was like, is there a chance? Oh, what the hell is this thing? Is there a chance, like, you know, like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just, you know, creating your like reverse Hogwarts Legacy moment where you're basically providing free marketing to a company, because the rule is the game just has to be good. And honestly, like, I hope Veilguard is good. I hope these games are good, but if they're not, like, they don't deserve my money. I'm not gonna just be like, well, you tried, here's some money, you know? Well, no.
Well, I mean, it's like Star Wars Outlaws. I've not seen anything about it. And
They said it's got a huge marketing budget, but you're right. I haven't seen anything about it.
I've not seen anything.
Nothing positive.
I've seen nothing positive about it, and I've actually seen footage of it, and it does not look good.
And on top of the fact that it's I haven't heard or seen anything about it. Not that when there's a game that's supposed to be coming out, I want there to be either something that is like, hey, guess what? Star Wars. This is the new game coming out. Maybe you might want to come take a peek at it. Something like that. Some kind of ad or something that talks about it. But I've not seen anything. My main YouTube feed, nothing. Nothing about Star Wars.
I've seen one early review of it, and people were shitting on it because, you know, the video was sponsored. But so Force Strategy Gaming did a video on the 4-hour gameplay slice that he got. And if you watch the review, he doesn't give really any opinion until the end. He just said he had fun with it for a bit. But he didn't, like, when he went through the demo, through the playtest, and he didn't give any opinions as to what he was experiencing. He just said, this is what you do throughout the thing, and you kind of get the feel that, like, he doesn't like the game. It's actually really bad.
Should my demise come by your hands, please pass this message to my master. Searching for deity, mortals do aspire. Craving immortality, Yao Guais surely will conspire!
That was an awesome transition. That was such a fun transition. Like, I was like, he was monologuing and then he just attacks. So I appreciate that.
Boys, keep him.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh gosh, they got me with poison.
That's unfortunate. So learning techniques is kind of like Shenmue. Learning new techniques is like kind of like Shenmue. I'll take your word for it. I don't know anything about Shenmue.
Yes, Justin, I'm playing on GeForce now. I got a new computer, which I actually got the game with, that has a 4090, and so I was playing locally when I'm, you know, on my computer, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But when going live, we were noticing some stream and some stutter. And so I took the game and running it on GeForce Now, because that's actually one of the best benefits to me as a content creator. It's like having a second PC ready to freaking rock and roll. And that's where we're going to talk a lot about GeForce Now at the podcast this Friday. We do have some of the Kotaku people interested in coming and talking on the podcast, which will be interesting. But that's not going to be this week because we haven't got anything confirmed for that. So focusing it on GeForce Now, because we got Final Fantasy 16. Oh, dude, GeForce Now, like, I never seem to have any problems with latency or any of those things. Like, it is, I would say, one of my most enjoyable services, because it allows me to play on my handhelds and it allows me to do so much. And so, yes, I highly recommend it.
What you can rebuild or build it? Pre-built.
A pre-built. I got so I'm not sponsored, but I got a Starforge system. Which is like the Asmongold company, and so I'm really impressed. I've had no issues. I had so many problems. I have an old Origin PC over here, and I've had so many problems since day one that I will never recommend that PC manufacturer
Isn't Origin PC the?
They're now owned by Corsair, and I think that was probably one of the problems.
Oh no, they're in league. They're from Origin EA as well.
Oh no, I don't think that. I think it's different Origin completely. But yeah, so this computer runs like so fast. I was able to take my old hard drives, take my old capture card. Like I was able to take the things that my old PC did that they don't sell you on the on the Starforge, and I was like, oh, and I got it and installed it. So I have my hard drives. I got like I have so much, and then it's got 2 NVMEs. So the main drive is like a super fast NVMe, and then the I have a second NVMe, and those are both 2 terabytes. And then I got the 8 terabyte hard drive that I use to keep all of my game footage, and then I have a 2 terabyte SSD, which I have a bunch of my. The nice thing is porting that over like all the games that I already had installed on and are ready to rock and roll. So
I'm gonna get an 8
terabyte
SSD, but I do not have the money to shell out for it yet.
I need to get a new. I need to buy a new hard drive to then onboard to install onto my computer because I know I've got the slots for it. Luckily, I have a coworker who knows how to do comp building, so he can help me out with this.
It's not hard. It's like
nerd
nerd
Legos. I
Legos, but yeah.
I get that.
I just don't want that stress. I'm so like, well, no, and it's just like when I hate breaking things, like it drives me nuts.
My brother, so when I built my first PC, because my brother built his PC, I was like, hey, I need your help. I'm gonna build a PC, just like help me do it so that I know what I'm doing. And then ever since then, I've been able to figure it out. Like,
yeah, I've built my own PCs before, but I was just like, I just need somebody in my corner, just because like I don't have time to troubleshoot.
Every time you go and fight that one undead lizard thing, you always lock onto the enemy that's across the map instead of the one that's slowly getting up.
Because they don't let you lock onto them until like they're ready to be attacked.
Yeah.
So Lane's asking if we're gonna watch Gamescom today. So here's what I want, because this is a great question, Lane. So typically on Tuesdays we film the Stand Up Press Start, comedy podcast. It's like comedy and games, and we were talking because I got permission to live react to it from the Gamescom folks, and we were talking about we might film the podcast offline, do a live reaction, and then it gets posted, usually on Friday or something like that, or we could try to do it live. Film it live, which is dangerous because like, all right, it's a different kind of vibe than like the other podcasts, which are more like obviously 100% gaming focused. Like we're trying to say really crazy things at the same time as having a fun time with the game. So I don't know. I haven't decided, and then we're planning on getting the podcast recorded here in about an hour.
Hey, you want to talk about something crazy and fun and super controversial?
Sure.
This is gonna piss off a lot of Diablo 4 fans. The devs are fuckwits. They have gone back on a promise that they said that they would never do while the season is active. Nerf the game.
Ooh.
Nerf classes. They nerfed classes in the most recent past. They nerfed Sorcerer, Rogue, and it was one of the other big ones. Because Sorcerer was breaking their servers. One build of Sorcerer was breaking their servers. So they nerfed all of these classes because they could not handle it. And I find that so funny. Because I said back when, I think it was season 2 or 3, because that was when the Diablo devs were like, we'll never nerf anything during a season. Post-season, yes we will. For the next season, we will nerf it. But never during a season. What did they just do? They nerfed. And I find that
what do you mean breaking their servers, though?
Funny. Apparently, I don't know the full details because it was a game rant, screen rant thing. But apparently, it was causing their servers to overload because there was so much stuff going on with this Sorcerer build.
Interesting. I mean, that kind of seems like an exception to the...
Not really, because this is Diablo, where they pride themselves on their servers.
No. Right, that's what I mean. It's an exception to the to everything, right? It's an exception to their no nerf rule because it's literally like struggle busing their servers, and then it's an exception to their server technology because apparently they didn't foresee this going out or being used. You know, it seems like it's an exception thing, not like that wouldn't.
I probably need a rest.
That wouldn't bother me.
I don't have any potions.
If it had to do with server stability, that wouldn't be an issue.
I find it hilarious because they said that they weren't ever going to do it during the middle of a patch.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know why people use such absolute language in statements because it's like it ends up just being like, oh, that's easy to disprove. Like, you always do this. I always do this? Like, all right, let's explore the word always, shall we? I never. Really?
And they'll never do it during the middle of a season.
Yeah. It's like the perfect statement could be, we're gonna try not to do this during the seasons. Like, here's our exception to the rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
at
right.
Least or at least if you want to be as absolutist, but not without being absolute, just be like, we don't plan on this. Right? Just be like, we don't plan on nerfing anything during seasons, but
At least they're not Helldivers.
Oh, dude, yeah, the Helldivers, like nerfs.
Their most recent.
Nerfing for the sake of because it's popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't understand game balance, and
Well, no, they do understand game balance because game balance is making the game a struggle and a challenge and a fight to complete. That is their idea of balance. And that has been screwing them over. I am 100% certain that when Space Marine 2 comes out, a good chunk of players are going to leave them. Because Space Marine 2 is going to have that kind of overwhelming enemy odds that Helldivers has, as well as the amazing, fun-feeling guns that, that Warhammer is known for. I mean, you're a bloody Space Marine. You can either have a heavy bolter, a power sword, or you can have a big old plasma or a friggin' gun that shoots fire in a huge cone. You know?
or chainsword.
How long does this poison last?
Who doesn't want a chainsaw sword?
I mean, I think they're done. They're hilarious as hell.
Exactly. Like, that's what Warhammer is. Warhammer is fun, stupid.
It's a long last.
Fun and stupid. But again, I think that a lot of players are going to leave Helldivers for Warhammer Space Marine 2 because Helldivers just keep screwing up.
Sezo wants to know, how's the game? Is it worth it yet?
Yes, the game is, I think, an easy recommend from a price perspective. I really have been enjoying it. If you like action RPGs and you like Souls-like games, they do some things obviously different. You know, the only Souls games that I've played are Elden Ring and No Rest for the Wicked, and so there's definitely some things that they do obviously clearly different in terms of, you know, the gameplay. And one of the things from an Elden Ring perspective is like, yeah, I can die and I don't have to go back and like try to find my you know, my souls or my runes. I'm gonna let him just fly off the level there. That's not a problem. But I'm really enjoying the character progression. I really like the combat. I really like I want to turn on all the different things, and I'm like, great. So it gives me this pathway of like, oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna grind for that. I suck. But that poison, man, like it just like trying not to use my potions.
There's a telegram that he does.
Okay, thank you. I need to be better at that. Those guys do give quite a bit of experience, so if it's, like, worst case scenario is like I'm literally just grinding up some levels right now. Got him. I'm gonna heal. Like, I'm trying to get to this boss without having...
You could always just run through
I was
everything.
gonna say, bad comes to worse, you can literally just run through stuff.
That's true,
Yeah.
but now I don't have any
Just
potions.
do the soul,
I might
the
just go.
standard
I might just go
Elden-
farm these.
Elden Souls Spawn thing of just run through it all.
Yeah.
Bane. Where each talent level slightly increases critical hit chance. What do we got here?
Gundam Breaker 4 and Space Marine 2.
Gundam what now?
I mean, Noctis says if Gundam Breaker 4 and Space Marine 2 weren't coming out soon, I would pick this game up, but I'm going to wait for now.
Oh,
What the
dude,
heck is
no
Gundam
worries,
Breaker
man.
4?
I don't know, but I mean, I saw Mecha Break, and I played it for a bit, and it was really fun.
What's this?
Definitely in need of some balance changes, some balancing, because there were some mechs that were, oh boy, they were overpowered. Like, I get the intent, but like, it was making the game like not fun.
It's like some kind of hack and slash.
Well, Gundam Breaker 4.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it on PC or is it on?
Yeah, it is. It's on Steam.
Gundam Breaker.
Let's see here.
Oh, it's like $60.
You create your own custom Gundam.
Okay.
Two different weapons, blah 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 blah. Break off parts of other weapons so that you can add them to your collection.
Oh lord, you can make an SD Gundam.
Build 250 base kits.
Not time that long.
Combat missions put to the test. Online single player, fight for friends, equip new skills, destroy enemies. I've never played a Gundam game before. No, that's not true. There was one Gundam game that I had on the PlayStation. I really liked it. What was it? I wonder if it's on Steam. Give me a second.
Mine core materials. I'm out of potions. Yep.
Oh, it's like a gunpla game.
That's what Gundam is.
Let's see if the poison kills me.
No, there's Gundam and then there's gunpla.
It might.
I don't know.
It got me.
What the hell is the difference?
Gunpla are the plastic model kits, whereas Gundam is like the actual mechs.
Yeah, and you do both of them in that game, I think. Maybe?
No, the pre-order trailer says it's a Gunpla game. It's a model kit game, which I'm not like. I thought that's what this was. It's you're basically kit bashing a bunch of stuff. I'm not a fan of that, but
Looks like you might die of poison there,
I
Brian.
did. Yeah, that thing got me. I was just like, oh man, this thing does not want to wear off.
But yeah, I've only ever played one Gundam game, and it was on my PlayStation.
Fudge, dude. Like that charge attack gets that poison.
Battle game.
I played one Gundam game. It wasn't a Gundam Breaker game, but I forget what it was. Similar to Lost Ark and Warframe? Okay, dude.
What was?
Gundam Breaker 4. This is nothing like it.
Similar to Lost Ark and Warframe. Okay, I understand. I can. How do I word? How the hell do I word this? Okay, so in the Warframe aspect, are you saying that it's got mission-based, like tile sets like Warframe? Or...
I don't know. It just says, is this game relevant to you? Check if you've played Lost Ark and Warframe. I don't know. It doesn't give me any details, so I don't know.
All right, let's see if there's a shop, because like if there's a poison potion item that I could buy, like that might be.
There might be a. Can you craft consumables yet?
I haven't been able to craft them yet. Body
Because
cooling
you've
powder.
been picking up like flowers and mushrooms and other crap, so maybe
Yeah,
you
you
can
might be able
craft
to
a
Poison.
poison thing.
Here we go. So yes, their poisoned stuff does exist. What's up, Scrag? Let's see here. I'm gonna buy.
No, I've never played a Gundam Breaker game. I'm aware of the Gundam franchise. I've never seen any of the anime. I know that I have a friend who told me, "Hey, if you're a grown ass man, you want to cry, go watch Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans." That's what he told me.
I've heard the first season is good. The second season it kind of goes off the rails. But I've only seen like the first 20 episodes.
Yeah. The game on PC is absolutely breathtaking. I'm actually hearing PS5 players are also happy with the optimization that they've done on that platform.
Oh, real quick, speaking of optimization, I just want to point out that for Final Fantasy 16, the demo runs beautifully on my computer, and I've got a 3060 RTX on auto set graphics on Max.
I do this.
Game
I
runs
can
beautifully. So I think
really well on PS5, so I would imagine it would work excellent on a PC.
Well,
Yeah, you would hope.
PC ports haven't had the best optimization. You know, Yoshi P was like, I want this to be the best PC port for a console first game on PC.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I think that's why it took so long. And honestly, from the demo alone, respect Yoshi P. You already have my respect. Now you have it.
I think
He's who? He's
Overpraised.
How he is just how
He is.
producer should be.
He is such a great like organizer, and so when you think about like just development and getting things across the finish line, yeah. But I think he's overworked. Honestly, I think the critiques that have been leveraged of him I expected for a while, but it's like, yeah, he was working on something. He's doing like they have him doing so much, and he's obviously saying yes to it. But I'm like, I wonder.
Brian, are you aware of who Jesse Cox is?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was an interview he was it was either an interview or a podcast he was doing. He was like, I was at Final Fantasy Fan Fest it was either the second or third one. No, the third one's always in Japan. It was the second one that was in the States. And he's like, I was there. I was just out on the street talking to some people. We were out behind the games, the Fan Fest building itself. And one guy looks over. He's like, Hey, who's that? And coming out of the building, no shot, is Yoshi P. And he comes out and he just goes and leans against I think Jesse said it was like some crazy thing. He just deflated, just looked super tired. And the guys Jesse was with were like, hey, should we go talk to him? And Jesse's like, no. He looks exhausted. Let him have his moment.
Yeah, let him rest. He is still operating on the same hardware and software we all are, humanity. It's like, let the guy rest.
That meat computer needs some rest every now and then.
Dude, I hope Final Fantasy 16 comes to Xbox RSJ. However, it seems like more and more things are just skipping Xbox. And so I honestly don't know. Like, I think Xbox should just literally, because you can play GeForce Now on Xbox. Like, they just need to create that native app. Like, let's just get over it. And I think, honestly, Xbox is going to be like, yeah, you can play Steam games on Xbox. Like, I think that's where they're moving. They're like, we're just putting our games everywhere, you know?
You're doing a good job at using that time stop stun to stop their poison attacks.
That's where I was like, I have a plan. It's like, I'm gonna let that be off cooldown. It's the big guys. I haven't seen, maybe the skeleton snakes can do it too, but
I haven't seen the skeleton snakes.
They don't do it right now.
They don't have no
it might be
venom
because they don't
sacks.
have the poison sacks.
That's right.
Or venom
Yeah,
sacks.
man, they're just
There's just
Let's see who made this game, because the animations of this game is I've played.
Oh, cool. I switched to the big guy.
Yeah, no, they had nothing to do with it. I was gonna say the combat animations look really similar to some of the Naraka Blade Point animations.
Combat feels really fun, really good. All right, let's see what we got here. Do I play Sea of Thieves? No, Noctis, I've never played. Like, I've touched it when it first originally came out, but it's like, and I was like, wow, the water in this game is gorgeous, you know. So it's like, there's some real cool things. I don't know, like it didn't have the RPG elements in it that I was craving, if that makes any kind of sense. I was like, oh, okay, you know, and maybe it does now. So like you can correct me if I'm wrong in that case. We got a little wind.
Such fitting.
You guys know what I've been playing recently?
What have you been playing?
Boys, keep
They're
it.
like, you're thinking of Mech Warrior.
Oh, come on!
In the
Well,
very
Mech Warrior is like the action
Oh,
and piloting of a
damn
mech, and Battletech is picking game pieces and moving them around. And
Oh, so this is the board game version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the tabletop.
Okay. Because so Mech Warrior is in the same universe as BattleTech. Just
yeah, a
like,
Mech Warrior is just a single
yeah.
like
Okay.
mech
This
pilot.
is actually just. Oh, yeah. This is more RTS. Okay.
It's
sense.
turn-based, but yeah. But the mod adds like 80 gigabytes of content. And it adds a multiplayer online map that updates every time you complete a mission.
There's a
Dude,
streamer I
every
follow
time.
who plays RimWorld, and she has like 600 mods for RimWorld, and it takes like hours, like an hour for it to load up. Dude. This is
What sucks is the game was built on Unity, so in order to actually play the mod, you have to update your page file to be the entire install size.
yeah.
It's like, we recommend a 100 gigabyte page file on your
Hey,
computer."
late to the game. How you doing, Mark? Just letting the poison run its course. I'm gonna have to. If I die again, I'm gonna see if they have more poison things to sell me, because it's like I don't want to burn them all. There we go. Still poison. Oh my gosh. There he goes.
Metroid Fusion is coming to Switch.
Really?
According to. Yeah, I was just looking at Late to the Games channel. So I tried to look for it once before and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, he's still in the process of building his channel. Guys, if you want to do me a favor, go click on his Late to Games name, go give him a
Let's
follow.
get this man to a
It
1,000.
helps
He's
in the
50 away.
search, because otherwise it's like, what is your channel?
Banjo-Kazooie.
I thought it was already on the Switch, the 64 games.
Oh no, these are games that are already on a Switch. Never mind.
I've also been
Oh,
playing
Frank doesn't believe that it's hard. He's having trouble believing the game's finally real or actually real.
What's that?
This game, I would assume.
WUKONG?
Well, it was announced a while back, so it's that.
It was announced a couple years ago.
I feel like it was longer than a couple years. It feels like
Well, you
a long
have
time.
you have the whole lockdown and all that stuff. So, like that in and of itself
there are certain things you
makes
can- There
time.
are certain things you can mention in the
Oh yeah, they didn't send me the game. It's like, I've agreed to nothing.
You are just getting a beta for consoles next month.
It's not like they're making another game anytime soon.
No, this game is gonna come out for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna take a long time for them to come out with another one anyway. So I don't know.
yeah. The New World beta next month for consoles. It's the open beta, so we'll be able to play and talk about it more.
Oh, they only started the development of this in 2016.
Yeah, I mean we've known about it for a while.
I thought
Like-
it was longer than that.
No, I remember seeing something for it, like, I think during COVID.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2019, 2020.
Yeah, something like that.
Close to leveling up. I'm gonna see if there's anything that pushes me to getting another skill point. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder if we're gonna see New World also get delayed because y'all saw that Throne of Liberty got delayed till October the 1st, and so it's like at the end of the day, I'm like, that's
Yeah, I was seeing some people talk about it, and they were thinking that like New World had something to do with it.
now I don't think New World had any reason for the delay because the delay hurts New World more, in my
I was
opinion.
gonna say, right? Like I thought New World was.
Well, the delay was only like a couple weeks or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
so
till
yeah,
October 1st.
yeah,
Like
so
two,
but
was it,
that's
like
just
2 weeks. Or
that
something?
that is 15 days.
Before
15,
New World,
yeah.
Unless they delay New World too, which
But the New World
watching.
single player or something.
No, it's the same game that's out. It's just on console. They did a very piss poor job at marketing.
They revamped the single player game, but it's still they revamped the story.
They got me.
In the very end.
Apparently, people are looking for an MMO on console, which I'm surprised.
I mean, right now there's only a few. There's like
a handful.
14 Terra.
BDO.
That's the only way you can play Terra.
But the other thing about it though is that you look at Final Fantasy 14 as well. WoW isn't, but WoW is now on GeForce Now with mod support. They added mods to GeForce Now, so it's like, okay, that solves, I know, some people's problems of cloud gaming. But the question I have is that, like, will it, you know, because like when you think about, like, if you say like New World versus Final Fantasy 14,
Very different.
14 also has a subscription, and you know, so it's like it just,
Also, it's not like New World is also like action combat, even though it's very simple action combat. But regardless,
yeah, it's action combat for sure.
it's different combat. It's different. It's just a different game entirely. Also, too, it doesn't have the New World. Not New World. It doesn't have the Final Fantasy pedigree, right? It doesn't have the weight of the IP. So
Each
And
talent level.
that's a
is like-
big reason why the Final Fantasy games are always looked forward to, is because they have there's that pedigree, the name to Final Fantasy. When you think of, okay, when I say Final Fantasy, which Final Fantasy game do you think of? Final Fantasy.
I think of
10,
a bunch.
12, 11, 14.
I think of 10, 7,
No.
14,
What is the
7.
first Final Fantasy game most people think of when you say
7?
Final Fantasy? Exactly.
7, I guess? I don't know. Yeah.
And then if you ask somebody, okay, well, what would be your favorite Final Fantasy? A lot of people would say 7. Some would say 1. Some would say 9, 10.
We're back.
All right.
And I think 12 is a good one. But I know that you got a lot of people that are like, the worst ones are 2, 8, and 2, and 13. You know, there's
Maybe.
huge differing opinions, but
10-2 is pretty high up in my list because it has
10
pretty dress up princess.
10-2 was amazing though. Like I love 10-2. I really enjoyed 10-2. The combat. I like the combat more in 10-2 than 10-1.
My friends call it pretty princess dress up.
I mean,
It was
that's
good.
what it is.
It was a good game.
It was a fun game. Like, I had the strategy guide back when it came out. Fun time.
I have never played Final Fantasy 3, 5, 10, 13 2,
Got up to 10.
13, 12.
Jilly was telling me there's some rumors that they might remaster 10 or 13.
Well, I've heard rumors of 9 getting a remake.
Oh yeah, dude, 9 remake would be great.
9 needs one, because it's the only one I think still currently of the modern
I think a remake. Like a
man,
proper remake, not an HD upscale. I mean a proper remake.
The problem with that is that's one of the least popular ones for the combat systems and such.
Granted, the biggest one I want 6. 6 is my favorite of the old schools. Of the old school pixels,
Yeah.
6 is my favorite.
Dude, I would love to see them do 2D HD to like 1 through 6. But if they decided to do a Final Fantasy VII remake on 6 or something like that level, that'd be sweet.
If I could see an actual 3D proper character model for Celes, my favorite of the characters from 6, I would love that. Because Celes is my favorite of the 6, the Magic Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that. Also, I finally, not too long ago, I played through Final Fantasy VI. I suplexed the train. I was so damn proud of myself. Suplexing that train was an amazing feeling. And then my buddies told me the one cheat trick to do all undead bosses. Throw a Phoenix down on it.
Yeah.
I was literally down to only, what's his name? Muscle Monkey. He was the only character alive. And then I was told, hey, throw a Phoenix down the boss. And I went, no.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah. Because elements actually mean something in the previous Final Fantasy games.
Well, I knew about that. Like, that was one of the things. But I was playing on a ROM hack at the time. And I thought... Okay, ROM hack, they're gonna, because ROM hacks are notorious for, ROM hacks are notorious for their difficulty, because they feel this is what the game should have been. It should have been this hard from the beginning, because it was too easy to start with, blah, 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 you know? So I knew that in old Final Fantasy, like, the Lich in Final Fantasy 1, I'm pretty sure you could do this. You could throw spells on anyone. I think if you used,
Oh yeah, I think so.
instinct. I knew that about Final Fantasy 6. Yes, I knew Doom Train was not dead. Literally, and you got ghosts and things, right? So I figured, Phoenix Gun's not gonna work. That's all. I'm gonna try and kill the boss.
Save your
Get down to the train. Yeah, throw Phoenix down on it. No, that works? You're kidding me. The ROM hack lets you do that? And I'm told that the ROM hack, do not screw with that those mechanics.
That's
in the very
They
end.
actually improve those
Oh,
mechanics.
dim light.
So yeah, I got to suplex a train and I was very happy.
Dude, the ads on this boss are freaking annoying, huh?
dude, those ads suck. Can I hit them? I'm like, if I can hit them, then that's gonna be my strat going into it.
You might be able to.
Okay.
They might be like a single hit.
Yeah, because if I can get rid of them, that's gonna make it. That just means that's what I gotta do. Let's see here.
Because it doesn't seem like you can really dodge them that effectively.
Oh, see, I can only.
No, they look like
Well,
they
there's
have autoing.
but if
Not
you
autoing,
can get
but,
the perfect dodges, you leave those clones behind, which could act as targets. Yeah. Oof, you got.
Oh
puked
man,
on.
I cannot buy more poison potions from this thing. All right, let's see. Craft armor. Is there anything I can craft? Oh, let's see here. Oh, this is better armor. Thank you. Late to the game. Yes, I want to equip it. Yes. A little bit better.
But yeah,
defense.
no, I think having like a kind of Octopath 2.5D would be really amazing for the old schools.
Yeah.
I think that would go really, really well with the old schools.
Yes, I think. Well, and that's where it's like the real answer is to do both. It's to make a 2D HD version, that for the classic old dogs, And then for the new modern audience, then you get the action combat. You know, so like they've already got a precedence for this because they did this with Dragon Quest XI. They have the new modern version visually, and then they also had the pixel, and it's both their own, you know, full game. You can play the whole game.
No, for Final Fantasy XI Echoes of Elusive Age, didn't they have the pixel demake in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
Final Fantasy XI Remake knocked us 1000%, dude.
Yeah, they canceled that though.
Yep.
well, what were they gonna do?
Nexion was like in charge of it or something.
Oh.
Well, it was mobile and PC, yeah.
But it looks
I have played a little bit of 11 now because of a private server that I don't remember who introduced me to it. Was it you, Gabriel?
probably me.
I hope they
I
have.
don't know. I don't know of any private servers.
Is it
But,
Cat's Eye or is it Horizon?
I like
yeah,
Horizon.
Horizon.
Horizon's so easy
Yeah, Horizon
to get
love it.
in. Like, and it's so
Yeah,
and it's so frustrating that it's so easy for that to happen. Yet we don't see Square Enix do that at all. Like, why can't y'all update your launch? Like, combine the subs as well. I think that would end up going over real well because then you.
If I had 14, if I had my 14 subscription, which also gave me access to Final Fantasy 11, as long as I owned the license to 11,
Right.
I think that would be great. Like, if you had, like, say, okay, I have my Final Fantasy 14, on that account, purchase Final Fantasy 11, I now have access to my 14 and 11 subscription at the same time, and then it's shared across, like, maybe increase the subscription a little bit, or give you the option to say, hey, you're enjoying Final Fantasy 14, here's a deal, get Final Fantasy 11 at half off, increase the price of your subscription by, say, an extra $5, and you get a combined subscription time for both Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14.
I don't think the play is for them to increase, even though it checks out. It's just that the idea is them just adding in value. Like, are they? And if they're not losing like subs on 14, then there's no real incentive. But it would be like, hey, yeah, you're tired of, you know, you need a break from 14. Why don't you check out 11? And you know, like, that would be the value proposition where it becomes a part of the launcher, a part of, you know, the game, so that you're not like having to manage that, you know. But that's just where I would personally think that for because right now to play 11 retail, it's jumped through so many hoops that it's just not worth it. And so then that's where you see like things like Horizon, like legitimately like being kind of the premiere, you know.
Well, retail is just, like you said, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, but not only do you have to jump through a lot of hoops just to start. Like, you could literally hop on a private server, create an account, jump on the launcher, hit install, and start playing the game within an hour. Whereas on retail, even if you do everything correctly, on the first day, and then you have to update the game, it would still take overnight, even
Yeah.
24 hours.
Got him, baby.
You just had a fight on my end.
Yeah, same
Oh,
here.
watch this one, guys.
Looks like you got him stunned locked.
Oh my gosh.
I remember now. The
Before you hit the buy button isn't worth it. Call me TK. Yes, if you, as long as you're not in crippling
Got
debt,
him
dude.
stunned.
Yeah, dude, I stun locked that son of a gun, and that was so that made all the difference.
Who would have thought they had turned
I mean,
into
all the
Veilguard?
freaking difference, man.
Yeah, you're still unlocking them.
All right, let's see here.
He's doing the same exact ability.
Oh my
over and
god,
over
you
again.
just screwed it! Holy crap!
Yeah,
Good job,
The
Brian!
perfect timing
Wow!
with a perfect timing with that big head guy that I beat. You know,
Yeah,
just like popped him, knocked him on the ground, finished him off. Like, oh, good lord, let's go, man, let's freaking go. All right, and I'm going to die. Oh, did it fill my? Oh, that filled my potions up. Being the boss fills your potions. How nice.
Brian, thoughts so far on Black Myth?
Dude, 100%. This is like, as somebody who's new into the Souls-like kind of way, like this is so much fun. I think it pairs very well if you guys like the No Rest for the Wicked stuff. Like, it pairs really well. Obviously, this is a full game, so if you're like, hey, you know, I've run Crucible so much that I'm just still hungry and looking for things, like, yeah, I would consider checking it out.
So, Brian, if you're getting into the Souls kind of style of games, I have a recommendation for you if you want to take a peek at it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It is guns instead of swords and the like. It is called Remnant 2.
Oh yeah, I have Remnant 2.
It is.
It's a Souls-like.
It is a Souls-like, yeah. It's the community has colloquially called it Gun Souls.
I have an ominous feeling.
Yeah, I need to jump back into that.
Is a lot of
After the
fun.
bell rang, it seems as though
A buddy
the
of mine just got
resentment in the depths
the
of the
game
mountain
on
is
his
growing.
PlayStation 5, and I've been running him through it. And
Overthinking
we've got
won't help.
most of the
Your
items
presence
in the
has
game.
already
We're
made
currently
a
waiting for the
mess
third
in the
DLC,
mountain.
which is supposed to drop sometime this September.
Why not go ahead?
Yeah, the combat,
Take them out.
call me TK, is really what sells me on it. Like the moment-to-moment gameplay that this game has, it feels exciting. And the thing that I really like about it, from like, especially from the Souls perspective, is then I'm sitting here and like, all right, what do I want? And then it's like I'm, you know, actually reading things where like, and I love Final Fantasy 16. Don't get me wrong. I never felt like in 16 I was like, all right, and then that ability really made me feel like, oh, I can feel that I got that ability.
FF16 just looks like a chip damage simulator.
Pretty much.
Chip
Yeah, the
damage?
fights are extremely long.
Ooh, damage dealt. Let's go.
I mean, to me, with 16, after having finally played the demo,
Mhm.
It is absolutely. I have heard one of my friends said that the guy who did the combat for 16 worked on the Devil May Cry series.
Yes.
And I can absolutely, after having played the demo, see that the way that the combo works, the way like when you weave your the fire punches in, that first fire punch with your triangle ability, with you do your square attack, then you fire square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, and then doing your square X, your X circle, your triangle circle, all that. Absolutely, I can see the Devil May Cry DNA in 16, and I love it. And
Yeah.
doing that Marlboro fight, that was
Oh, yeah.
so fun. That Marlboro fight was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to play more of it.
Yes, dude. I think you're gonna have an incredible time with it. I hope that the PC version, they give you the ability to kind of scale up the difficulty, because I honestly think that would be what I would have appreciated right out the gate, which would probably change my view of like, oh, the skills and things like that. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I have a cutscene with that one.
I am planning
1 second, cutscene.
to...
These snake guys are nothing to fear.
I wouldn't
snake
think
gall steeped in
so.
drink, though,
It's just-
makes a fine tonic to flush malady.
Up to you.
Here, young friend. Be my guest inside.
I don't have the deluxe. I got my copy with my new PC, and my new PC was super expensive. So like, I'm like, yeah, I'm actually perfectly fine with the base version of this game. Call me. All right, we're back.
Welcome back. So, I can't wait.
1 second, sorry.
Well,
So sorry
I
again.
stake you're
And
one
Baron.
more monkey from Mount Huaguo. I've met many of you.
Upgrade
Rank of
chords.
birth, you all ought to call me forefather. But I'm just an old monkey, banished to the mortal world.
Okay, sorry, he wasn't talking much. Sorry about that, Baron.
Sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
I am impressed with the price point for 16, priced at $66.99 for Canadian. I'm really impressed by that, and that the deluxe, the full complete edition is the price of a AAA game. Like I am mightily impressed by that. Like, I cannot believe that it is going to be that cheap. essentially for Final Fantasy 16 with the DLCs. Like I'm really happy about that.
Okay. So I found the guy who lets me upgrade my healing potions, both in potency, but also in
Different kinds of potions.
number. Well, I guess yeah, maybe there's different kinds.
Well, because I just see the brew option there, and that brew option kind of makes me think of you actually have unlocked crafting.
Ooh, there's a chest. Man, get that Zelda stuff. Tiny piece of gold. All right.
Zelda stuff.
I wanted more than just gold. Surprised I don't have like I would assume they would have given me one of the items from something. Dude, the forest setting, like it's just in the light and how it comes through the trees and things like it's just like
The god rays.
it is a breathtaking game. Oh, cutscene.
Hailed bird, what dimmed your shine? Past's grip beyond our grasp. The future we may still clasp. Late is the hour, young one, in which you choose to stain my tranquil abode. Pray tell, to what end do you seek?
Boss guy.
Yeah, I figured. I just one look in this area is coming up with the water and the lake.
Yeah, you're like it's
Big room.
Oh yeah, no. If you play another video game, you look at it, you go, that's a boss room. You can tell that's a boss. Also, Brian, real quick about 16. Did you catch that first raccoon that you fought is Estinian? That's Estinian's voice actor. When I heard that, I get to kill us.
I am. We'll see if I don't use this up.
Yeah, don't get greedy.
He doesn't have a poison, so I'm okay.
Phase 2, based on how squishy he is.
Dude, one shot, baby. Pro gamer move.
Wow.
You have forced.
He's cutscene. He's cutscene. He's cutscening.
Phase 2.
Now you shall face.
What I truly am. You're right, phase 2!
Yeah, that phase 1 is too easy. It really does seem like it's too easy. It's quick.
Yeah. Phase 1 was too easy.
And that's something that I think that Souls players can easily recognize is an easily squishy boss. His arena seems a little too large for what he's just in limited doing.
Well, so here's the thing, right? So one, he's a snake, he's a water snake, right?
Oh, fudge.
With water. During that first phase, he didn't really do water. That, and he was also incredibly squishy, which is weird thing that this guy.
You're right there. Usually in 14. One of the warlords.
Syria.
Yeah, you might be in there.
Xenos controls.
No, that's shit. Syria is the snake boss, water snake boss, the warlords in Doma.
Got him, baby!
Don't do that fight.
Woo, baby! See, there's a phase 3.
That's the warlords from the Final Fantasy 11.
No ill
quest
will,
line.
I bear.
I'm merely my brother's eyes and
Boy,
ears.
that hit hard.
I feign my loyalty to guard this path on the
Jeez, you're
bear's
hitting him
order.
hard.
Oh, dude, I was doing some heavy
Your
tasks.
destiny's bleak and stark. In its grip, we share the mark. The Guanyin temple now lies in cinders, yet the elder soul endures.
Running out of stamina real quick though.
Root of
Oh, that hit hard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. The Chloe weapon, he just smacked him and took out a chunk of his HP. Oh, one magic pixel. Magic HP pixel. Nice!
Yes. Thank you. Good old stream delay.
The three bells.
Yeah.
Have you seen them all?
All right,
Streamlabs
that's
really
an
bad
awesome
today.
way.
You
Yeah,
desire
that is the way it
that
is. I thought I should have set it to. It should be on low.
The bells.
Yeah, it's on ultra low latency here, so I don't know what's up.
3 bells.
Some things to play around
It
with.
could just be YouTube because it keeps like. For me, it keeps like not going to live. It keeps going to a couple seconds
Yeah.
lag, and then I have to boost it to live.
All right, guys, it's time for me to pop off and go and record the stand-up comedy podcast that we do. If you guys are interested in supporting that whole endeavor, that's Ginger Prime Comedy. If you're easily offended, just forget I just said anything. So just like, if that's the case, just do that. But outside of that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back with some more Wukong, dude. Like, this game is great. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Feel free to jump into the Discord, by the way. You can always do so with the top link. And I'll leave this VOD up for anybody who's just generally curious about the game. And thank you guys so much for coming in and checking it out. But that's pretty much it. We got to wrap up for today so I can go film the podcast. And I'll see you guys later.